Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Everything Worry. We're back from our break. It's been one whole month of sabbatical. Like I tell people, I went on summer break inside the coronavirus. So I've been don't go rest this one whole month, like we do on Everything Worry. In Worry, our lingua franca is Pidgin English. So you go to hear Pidgin, they hear English at the same time. So I go to jam the two. But welcome everybody. I want to say a big thank you for keeping on with us. First thing I would like you to do, as you don't come join us this evening, first now to share this stream to your contact. So everybody watching right now, I see quite a few persons watching. Go and share this stream to your contact. Share them immediately. There's an arrow, the third arrow there that shows share. Share to everybody. Today, I have a fantastic crop of young Worry people. I call them the Worry new breed. These young people are the ones we could take Worry to another level. And I have seen something in all of them. Hence, I have brought them today to come and share them with you. In my growing up, I didn't really have anybody in the city of Warri who was, showing me the way. So I was more of going to people outside Warri. So I was liaising with more of the people outside Warri, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. But these guys, I don't want them to have to go through what I went through. So I want to be able to show them the small way where I don't see. So the internet is a big leveler. It's a leveler. It removes the barriers and it removes the gatekeepers. So I'm going to show them to this. So if you are watching Paraventure, you watch this thing right now, wherever you did, I want to hear you. I want to see your comments. Where are you watching us from? I want to see them now. Bolaji Kanjuni. Bolaji Kanjuni is watching us. He say, hailings, good vibes. Thank you, Bolaji. Welcome. How are you? How are they? I'm sure you guys missed me for the one whole month of August. I understand. We don't run the program for almost 4 months, so we needed to go and chill a little and rebrand and re-strategize. Just in case you watched, if you watch Conversations with Segun on Tuesday, everything now don't rebrand. Even today now we have a countdown video. Everything, you see the background, everything is, we keep moving and keep improving. So if you're watching, I want to know where you're watching from. I want to hear. I see one person is watching from Periscope, that's Twitter. Some people are watching on YouTube and others are watching on the Facebook page. If you are on the Facebook page, if you have not already liked the page, please go and like Everything Worry page. Like it. We have some 6 young people from the city of Warri who are here, and you'll be seeing and hearing them tonight. I want to be able to share them with you, share what they are doing. If you're watching on Periscope, you can also kindly like my handle. Also, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. On that channel, you can see a lot of stuff going on. All right, so I don't want to waste any further time because we have just 30 minutes on today's episode, but hopefully maybe we'll be able to extend it. I want to start bringing, because I have 6 of them, I want to start bringing them one after the other into this. But before I do that, if Femena says, I'm watching live from the Facebook page. Thank you, Femena. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have liked the page already. Also, do please share it, share the stream with your contacts so that they can also join us here tonight. All right. I'm going to bring you First Lady. I have 2 ladies in the house tonight. I'm going to bring the First Lady here. I'm going to bring her up, then I'll bring another gentleman, then I'll follow like that sequentially. I'm going to bring Ngozi Eze. Ngozi Eze I'll call her a daughter of mine, precious daughter of mine. I've seen, I've seen the star in her. I've seen her approach. I've seen her push. I've seen that she's going somewhere. She's called this nurse, Ngozi. And I'm bringing her on right now. Before I do that, Team Ejukonemu says, we're Facebook watchers. Yes, fantastic. Thank you for watching from Facebook. Please go and invite every other person, share the stream so that they can be here. This is not time to watch Big Brother. I was watching a church program this evening, and the guy was saying that thinkers don't watch people doing, and thinkers always are in front. If you are watching people doing, you are not a thinker. If you are sitting down and watching Big Brother now, then you are not a thinker. This space that we are in right here is a thinking space. I'm bringing guys who are forward thinking. I can guarantee you, these guys that I'm bringing on tonight, watch them in the next 10 years, in the next decade, these guys will be at the front burner of everything happening. That's if they keep up with what they're already doing. Druggist Israel Nosar says, I'm watching from CFU. Thank you, Israel. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Share the stream to your contact. So I was talking about this nurse, Ngozi. She's here. She's a nurse. She's a YouTuber. She's a teen coach. And she's one of my assistants. If I have something doing, these are one of the persons that I'll call to come and Ngozi, come and do this for me. And without blinking, she'll come and do even more than I asked for. And so I'm bringing her to you tonight because I know that she's one person that will take this space in the next few years. Ngozi Eze, welcome to the program. Ngozi, how are you
today? Thank you so much. I'm doing well. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Welcome, Ngozi. I thought you were going to put your name TNN. Then you put Ngozi Eze.
Oh my God.
All right, fantastic. So that's Ngozi. Ngozi, hold on. Let me introduce the other guys.
Okay.
I introduced Samuel Isiwu. Samuel Isiwu is I've known him at a distance, but even at that, he's some guy who is very, very, what's the word I'm going to use now? He knows how to show honor. I've known him with Zion Oshobugi. Zion Oshobugi is my friend and brother. I've seen what he has done with Zion, and he has, in a way, honored me in a way that I've not seen many young people do around this area. And so I've asked him to join us tonight. I'm going to bring Samuel Isiwu on. He's a leadership coach, leadership mentor. Sam Isiwu, how are you this evening? Samuel Isiwu, can you hear me? Sam, can you
hear me?
Good
evening, Mr. Segun. I'm doing very fine. Good evening, Ngozi.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Welcome, Sam. So, Sam
I can hear you. Good evening, everyone.
Fantastic.
Yes, I can hear you.
Obviously, the network is delaying at its end.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Sam, welcome. I'm going to bring Andrew. Andrew Logo is someone who says he wants to be a motivational speaker. Followed me for a while. I actually don't quickly respond to people that way because I want to test their commitment. So Andrew is one who has followed at a distance, attended one of my programs, and started, being very close to me. I've seen his zeal, his passion. I have tested people like that and they ran away. But Andrew is not one that ran away. He stayed. And today I'm bringing him on because I know there's something that Andrew has. Andrew, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, the guy is very soft tonight. He was talking very soft and gentle. All right, fantastic. Andrew, welcome. We have other guys, but here is Joseph. I'm going to mute Andrew's mic so that there's not that echo. So I've muted the mic, Andrew. When I need you to talk, I will mute you. But Joseph is here, Uche Joseph, and fantastic gentleman, a graphic designer, a public speaking coach, is everything of everything. If you know this Pink Sky brand, Uche Joseph is one of the guys that works with that brand, that designs and is a trainer also. He does everything. These guys, one way or the other, have crossed my path and I've seen that there's something about these guys. And Uche Joseph is one of those persons, and I wanted to bring him on tonight. Uche, how are you? Uche, okay. Oh, Uche is gone. Okay, so for the guys that are here, before we get the others to come, so Ngozi, I'm going to go to you first. This program is Everything WARRI. How has it been for you growing up in Warri? How has the experience been for you? I know you were born here and you grew up here.
Yes.
So I want to hear how has that experience been for you?
Well, growing up in Warri has been quite an experience and an enjoyable one at that. Like growing up with, because I grew up in a public kind of setting, a public compound kind of setting where you had neighbors that you can just go into their houses and watch movies and all that. Maybe when there's no light, you can be like in the compound playing and all that. I went to a nearby school from primary school before I then went to, a secondary school and all that. So growing up in Warri has been fun for me, has been good for me. And then the fact that there were certain kind of stimulus, like some things in my environment stimulated the person, like stimulated me to take the path that I'm taking today. So generally, it has been good. I would say it has been a good one.
Fantastic. So when people hear you speak all this plenty English now, they are assuming that
Oh my
they are assuming that
god.
you don't sabi speak pidgin English.
No, I worry girl like me.
So which primary school you go and which secondary school you go
Okay.
for that is what you make it.
So, yes. So I go Magic Touch group of schools. If you know Okumagba Avenue, Okumagba layout, you go understand, you go know my area. So I attended Magic Touch group of schools. So that was where I finished my primary school before I went to Federal Government College, Warri. And then, so basically, that was my foundation as per education. So Magic Touch group of schools, Okumagba layout, Federal Government College, Warri. So that was it.
Okay, so you be proper Okubagba girl. Please don't mind my power is gone, but I would
Yeah, same
definitely
here.
switch.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're on the same line. Eh?
Yes.
Okay, so let me move over to Sam. Sam, how has growing up in Warri been for you? What's the journey so far?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Segun, for the opportunity. Yeah, so basically for me, growing up in Warri, I would say it was not really easy, but it was fun all the way. But because I was this young boy,
By the way,
okay,
somebody said Samuel
they say make
Abeg.
I speak pidgin. Ewo.
Oh
Okay, make I
my
enter the
God.
pidgin realm. Make I enter the pidgin realm now. So as I dey grow up for Warri, e not too easy for me, sha, because I be this young boy, be like say dem dey lock for inside house. So most of the time, I not too dey get exposure. So you get the first. I dey always tell people the first time when I use Android phone na when I dey year one for university. Na be the first time when I use Android phone for my life. All my friend dey use Android phone. I never use Android phone once. Na for year one, I want phone wey be like say the phone no even reach 1 gig RAM. So I just dey around. I dey clueless. I fit just dey waka for road, dey talk to people, dey do anything I like, dey shop for street. But I come dey see people like Uncle Segun now, people like Mr.
So
Zion.
so where you grow up for the Warri?
I grew up for around the Ekpan side. Ekpan,
Okay, so now
opposite police station.
you be real Uye boy now.
Yes, na there I take grow na. I grew up for Ekpan, so we come park come Japa Road now. So na Japa Road we
Okay,
dey now, so I be legit Warri boy. So
fantastic.
I come dey learn from people, come dey read book, come dey learn from different mentors, and then my life don change. So the basic thing wey happen to me na, I change from that boy wey no know anything,
Can you help me on the
wey dey
now?
Okay,
clueless, wey dey timid. I change from
Can
that boy to somebody
push
now wey
am
know
for me?
something. And the major thing wey happen to me, I meet people, quality people, like
fantastic.
Mr. Zion Oshoboke go tell us, say quality people. So I meet quality people. At a point for my life, I come dey ask questions, say who I be sef? So who am I born to be? What am I born to achieve? So I come dey
Okay,
see my friends dey fly.
hold on. I know you are a protege of Zion, and you just go on and on and on. Let me let Andrew come in.
Okay.
Uh, so Andrew,
Okay.
how's growing up in Warri been for you? I know you are a typical Warri boy also. So just let us hear how growing up has been for you.
All right, going worry has been fun. Seriously, anywhere I go, even when I go service, I know the shift to tell people say I be confirmed worry boy. And so because there's just this uniqueness with people from us in Warri. And seriously, everywhere I go, I am not ashamed to say that I'm a Warri boy. Confirm. Because and you know one thing about we Warri people, we know how to make mouth. Growing up in Warri has been fun. It has been
Okay.
my primary school when I go, it could be St. Andrew Nursery and Primary School, my name. You understand that
Angli-
kind of thing. So
Anglican Church.
then from there I go
Okay,
Delta
Road.
Secondary School.
Anglican Church.
Yes, yes,
Okay, Road.
yes. I follow my name go there, so you understand that kind of thing.
All right, but fantastic.
So
I'm
called
gonna
go
pause.
Delta College, went there
All
South
right,
College.
okay, I'm gonna pause you, Andrew. Let me introduce the next speaker, and I think we've lost Uche. I don't know, but hopefully it comes back. Uche and Mike. But we have Voke Ife Palmer in the house. Voke, how
Hello,
are you?
everybody. I'm fine, sir. Good evening.
Yes, they can all hear you.
Good evening,
Ungazi.
okay.
Hey, okay, good evening.
Nice to meet you, Samuel, Andrew, and every other person watching.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah.
Every other person has introduced themselves apart from you who just joined us now. So, Voke, how's growing up for you being in Warri? I know you are. Were you born in this city, by the way, Voke?
Yes, I was
Let's just be sure.
actually.
Where were you
I was,
born
I
in?
was, I was
Okumagba
born in.
layout or
Yes, exactly.
Okumagba
I
layout?
was. Yes,
Really? So you and NG, you were born in the same.
yes. I stayed there for about uh, 8 years before I left. Not like I left for I came to Udu. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you have practically toured almost the three local governments in main Warri, Udu and Warri itself. So where else is remaining for you?
I was a
Still
very I didn't do a lot of touring growing up. I was always indoors. I was a good girl.
okay.
But I know quite a number of places. I mean,
So what
you,
primary school, what secondary school did you go? So that people will realize that you really are
I went to standard international school,
Wow.
okay.
and that's my primary school,
That's my
my
school.
nursery. I can't remember.
Nursery and primary.
Really? Then I went to demonstration secondary
Me,
school
me too.
for the
Me too.
most part of my secondary school, and
Okay,
then
fantastic.
later I moved to Chambers
Fantastic.
College.
Hold on. Yeah, we've heard all that standard. There are some other people here. So Mike, Mr. Soft is here. Mike, are you good now? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Fantastic. So today, like I said earlier before you joined, I'm introducing all my young friends in the city who I am forecasting that in the next 10 years will be at the top of the shelf or the food chain or the ladder, whichever one you look at. These guys are going to be at the top of it. And so I'm doing my own bit of showing them to the world. And that's why I have all you guys here tonight. This is my own platform I have. Let me be the first to give you a platform to use so that tomorrow you guys can go on. So, Mike, tell us, were you born in the city? Where were you born? How was growing up for you in Warri?
Wow. Thank you very much, sir, for this privilege and opportunity. Sincerely, I'm really, really grateful. Okay, talking about where I was born, surprisingly enough, I was born here in Warri, in the Warri General Hospital. And I also grew up here in Warri. Surprisingly enough, as she was talking about standard, I actually went to standard too, but I actually started from Nana College.
Sure, Mike is having issues with his network. It seems that MTN is the best network in Warri. I don't know. I'm not rooting for them, but it seems like
MTN is terrible over here. MTN is terrible.
wow.
HL is doing it for me.
MTN is stable
Yeah,
here.
Airtel has been great for me.
Excel has
Yeah.
never worked for me. I was using Glow before. I had a Glow Wi-Fi, and it was always,
A glow
before
my
now,
fi. Wow.
it was always going
Glow.
up and down, up and down, up and down. And John Obidi advised that I get a MTN HiNet. So what I'm
All
using
right.
now is
Yeah.
actually MTN HiNet. All right, so let
Okay.
me introduce the last person. Mike is gone. His network is. So Joseph is here. Joseph, how are you? How's growing up in Warri been for you? Before your network cuts you off quickly. Network will allow him speak. Network will allow Joseph speak. Can anyone hear me? What happened?
Can I hear you now?
We can hear you, sir.
Joseph, can you hear me? Can any other person hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Can anyone
We
hear
can hear
me?
you. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. You hear me now? Sam, can you hear me? Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, this is terrible.
Network issues.
All right, I'm back. And everybody can hear me, okay? Is that
Yes, we
okay?
can hear
We
you
Yes.
can
now.
hear you
Yes,
So
we
let's
can hear
go
you.
for let's make do with the time that we have before
Yeah.
the network starts acting funny. I was just praising MTN now, and it's like they heard me and they started behaving very funny. Ngozi,
Yes,
what are
sir.
you doing presently? If you can hear me, go ahead. What are you doing presently? Let the world
Okay.
know what you're doing.
All right. So I educate, I'm a registered nurse.
Can you
So
hear
what it
me?
means, yes, I can hear you, sir. I can. So I'm a nurse. I actually studied in Enugu. After my studies, I came back to Warri City. I'm a nurse, and in the second year of my practice as a nurse, I looked at secondary schools, and I was like, when I was in secondary school, I encountered some youth corpers that taught me about menstrual hygiene, and then they gifted me some sanitary pads. So my menstrual hygiene, like my menstruation story, has been something to me. It means a lot to me. I've passed through some hurdles that I think I thought about when I became a nurse, and I said, okay, I want to go to schools to teach about menstrual hygiene. So what I did was in the second year of my practice, that was in 2016, I started going to schools here in Warri to teach about menstrual hygiene. So since then, teaching teenagers about their health has been something that I enjoy. Like it's now something that I do and I take joy in doing it. So teaching menstrual hygiene is a door opener. It makes like people, teenagers start asking other questions about their health. So I thought about it and I was like, okay, I want to do this for real. So right now I teach teenagers and youths about their health. And then I also help other nurses to identify what they're supposed to be doing apart from the nursing practice, like in their own personal life. So I help them with clarity, I help them with harnessing their passion, and then with personal branding and visibility. Because right now, the online space is very instrumental when it comes to being visible. Like if you want, let me just speak small pidgin, like the online space now be one of the most productive space if you want really make impact, like is a good place to start from and all that, especially now like what we've seen in 2020. So I encourage other nurses to be active online, do some things like make impact and all that. So I help them with branding and visibility. So I am a youth and teenagers health expert, and I am a nurse coach. So that's what I do right now.
MTN, and they decided to show the real color, and everything went off. Even though you guys were hearing me, I wasn't seeing anything anymore. But I had to go off and come back. But that's some of the things we have to overcome. But anyhow, so Ngozi has said it. She's a branding. She helps branding and what else? She
Branding
does
and
branding
visibility
and
for
visibility for
nurses,
nurses.
yes,
She does.
and
She's a
then
team.
and youth health educator.
youth health educator. Fantastic. And I
Yeah.
like what you didn't mention that you're a YouTuber also, because that's a profession on its own
Yeah.
right now.
Yes.
YouTubing is big deal right now.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
just
true.
that normal thing.
Yeah.
So it's big deal. So don't ever forget to mention
All right.
that you do that. All right, so I'm going to move immediately to Andrew. Andrew, I'm going to bring you on now, and I'm going to say, like Ngozi did, what is it that you do? So unmute yourself, Andrew, if you can hear me. Unmute yourself. Unmute. You are mute.
Unmute
Okay,
yourself.
fine. Good. Go ahead.
Unmute. You are mute. Okay, fine. Good. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much. All right. I am an academic instructor. I'm into academic coaching of various classes, and also I am a public speaker. I do podcasts on a weekly basis. You can check my podcast on www.anchor.fm/Andrew Olugbo. You see all my weekly podcasts where I motivate and inspire people to do great things. I can tell you, if you listen to that podcast, your life will never remain the same. And also, I'm into animations very well. Animations, I do 2D animations, 3D animations, logos, and so on and so forth. All right. On that thing, I'm also into fashion design. Yes, that's something I'm into also very well. And these are the things I do. That's my major passion. And also, I studied industrial chemistry from the prestigious University of Benin. And I'm also into cosmetology, production of cosmetological products, and so on and so forth.
I like how you say the prestigious
I like how you
University
say
of
the
Benin.
prestigious University of
But
Benin.
let
Very well, I always say it. I always say
let's
it. Nobody
let's
can beat
let,
beat
let's calm
our.
down. Somebody is saying that
Somebody
see
say that
Ngozi said make us speak pidgin English and started speaking pidgin English. So everything worry is not
Oh
an
my
English program. It's a
program.
worry thing
It's
for
a
worry
worry thing
people. But I
for
like the
worry
fact that you
people.
guys can
But I like
communicate
the
in
fact
English.
that you guys can
That
communicate
you can
in English.
communicate in
That you can
English is not a
communicate in
common
English is
thing.
not a
Many
common
people
thing.
can't.
Many people can't.
Many people actually think that those of
Many
us
people
who
actually
grew up
think
in
that those
Mori
who grew up
cannot
in Mori
communicate in
cannot
simple English.
communicate
So when they
simply.
see you speaking English, you're like,
So when they see you
"Are you
speaking
from
English, you're
Lagos?
like,
So they
are
speak
you from
Oyibo."
Lagos?
Yes.
They speak Oyibo.
That's
But
true. Yeah.
I'm
That's
happy
true.
that
Yeah.
you
But
guys
I'm
can
happy that
communicate in English, but
you guys can
break
communicate
it
in
down,
English,
so
but
that we'll make
break it
the
down,
level
so
of
that
the
we
program. Let's
level of the
now
program. Let's
we there.
now we there.
No problem, sir. I already come.
Okay, so let's go over
Okay, so
to
let's go
Sam.
over to
I know Sam
Sam.
can talk
I know Sam
for
can talk
from now to tomorrow,
for
but Sam, so
from
cut
now
it
to
short.
tomorrow, but Sam, so
Okay, sir.
Tell us
Okay,
straight
okay.
exactly what
Okay,
you are
sir.
doing and
Okay,
what
okay.
you want
Yeah.
us
exactly
to
what you are
know
doing
you
and what
for.
you
Yeah.
want us to know you for.
Okay. So thank you
Okay.
very much for the opportunity,
So
Mr.
thank you very
Segun.
much for the opportunity, Mr. Segun.
Yeah, so my name is Samuel Isiwu. I'm a public speaker and I'm a leadership coach. So I'm popularly called the leadership mentor. Yeah. So I help to train. What I want to do is to raise stylish leaders with unique mentalities that will become problem solvers in different areas of life. So I train young people to become effective leaders. I train organizations that have staffs on leadership, how to lead effectively, the principles of leadership. So, and also I'm a global citizen. Yes. So I raise leaders from all sectors, from all spheres. I train organizations, I train churches, I train anybody living on planet Earth on leadership. Yeah, so and because of this thing I do, I've been able to train young people, even in Warri. And on the 1st of August, I organized Young Leaders Connect for where over 100 people came together to learn leadership from me. I've organized the biggest public speaking masterclass at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Yeah, that was the biggest public speaking event. So I've trained a lot of people on leadership. So basically, I'm the leadership mentor, and I want to see that young people starting from the city of Warri learn leadership and the principles of leadership. So, so people say when they talk about leadership, people say leadership is positional. Some people say leadership is by providence. Some people say leadership is service. So I help to break the topic down to the smallest bits to make people understand leadership, the various positions of leadership, various types of leadership, what
Okay,
leadership
so
entails.
Sam, let me help you break it down now to Pidgin English for the people where they watch, make them understand what
Okay.
it
Okay, so for people they watch me,
is.
I dey teach people leadership. Yeah, so I dey help
What is
people to
what is the leadership in Pidgin English?
leadership for pidgin English.
Mm.
Uncle Segun, they get pidgin English word for leadership. Na true, I don dey say worry for many years now. No be
Yeah.
Emma dey think am first.
Okay, so think out. Let's think out like that.
Okay,
Go
okay.
ahead.
So ma dey
Go
talk
ahead.
first as I dey think.
Okay.
Okay, so I dey teach people leadership. I dey teach people leadership. I dey help people to learn all the principles of leadership. So anybody wey want now, if you want dey carry people along, say people dey follow you. If you get people wey be like say you dey give orders, people wey be like say dey under you, dey learn from you, you be leader. So I dey help people to know wetin leadership mean. That thing wey be like say you fit tell people wetin to do well, you fit help people become better version of themselves. If you fit inspire people, you be leader. So I dey help people know how to inspire people, how to raise followers, how to make people lead well, so that we no go get people wey dey complain say they no dey like the way people dey lead them, they no dey like the way government dey lead them. So we dey raise people wey be like say go lead. Yes. So now be wetin I dey do. I dey teach people how to carry people along, how to inspire people to do more.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. That was a very nice one, Sam. I know what you can do, and so I'm going to bring Joseph on quickly. I'm going to bring Joseph. Joseph, can you hear me? Before your network begin act up, can you hear me, Joseph? If you can hear me, unmute yourself and speak up. Joseph, we're waiting for you. Joseph, can you hear me? All right, I'll have to move.
I think his network is bad. Yeah.
Yes, it's really bad. Himself and Mike. I have to move immediately to Voke. Oh, Voke. Voke is my daughter, one of my senior daughters. I have them plenty. Ngozi is there. Voke does all my graphics. She's a speaker. She's a trainer, teach trainer like NG. But there's a whole lot she can do. She built my website. Just in case you have not visited the website, is thesegunmanuel.com. Voke built it from scratch to finish, and I can tell you that website is one of the best anywhere around. But she's here today. I asked her to come because, like I said, all of you here are people I see that in the next decade, you guys will be on top of the ladder if you keep at it. So there's a condition. There is a condition. I started what I'm doing today over about 15 years ago. About 15 years ago, when I first saw Philadelphia on TV. It's more than 15 years ago now. It's more than 15 years ago. Yes, more than 15 years ago. I saw him on TV, and I went to Lagos to meet him. I said, I like to be like, when I saw you, I saw everything I wanted to be in you. I said, I want to be like this guy. And I went to Lagos to meet him because, like I said, when we were growing up in Warri at that time, we didn't have examples to follow. Every example we had was area, and I was not built up like that. I was not I just naturally be a J. I like soft things. So that was why you laugh? I just generally like soft things. If you notice, I'm very soft and I like soft things. So that area thing was not me. So
Yeah.
I couldn't follow all those examples around. So when I saw Philadelphia, I saw one soft guy on TV. He was really soft but making hard impact. And I was like, this is exactly who I want to be like. And I followed him to Lagos, went under a training. And when I met him, I met Nia Desanya, I met Lanre Odeshola, all of them in one program I went for. And since then, He told me, he said, go back, go and read books, do this, do this, do that. And I came back to Warri. I continued. When I started, they were like, so what do you want to do as a motivational speaker? They're like, MC or how do they call it? Comedian. I said, no, not comedian, I'm not MC. But so I started and on and on and on and on. And 15 years, 20 years down the line, this is it today. So the same thing I've seen in all of you guys. But like I said earlier, if you guys keep at it, if you continue, you guys will be on top of the ladder. So that's why I brought all of you here, and Voke is here also. I want her to share her story. Voke, who are you and what do you do? I've said a little, but let the audience know all of what you do.
Okay, thank you, Boss Segun, for this opportunity. I always love being on anything you ask me to be on, basically. Okay, so I'm Voke, if a palmer, but just call me Voke. I studied agricultural economics at the prestigious University of Benin. So I
What
graduated from there.
are you guys planning to intimidate us? What's the meaning? What's the meaning of that?
No, I'm not
meaning?
intimidating
How many
anybody.
people go to University of Benin?
No, Segun, no, they want to intimidate me. Oh.
No, very prestigious. You can't take it away from me.
Yes, 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 yes.
I'm just started this Voke has taken it up and prestigious. So which one is not prestigious now?
I can only speak for my Uniben. I can only. Okay, so.
Go ahead, Voke.
Okay. So I graduated from school, and I'm currently a public speaker, what you would call a personal development coach. And basically, what I do is I inspire people and motivate people. I remind them of the importance and the different ways that they can live their best life today. Keep the consistency towards creating the greatness that they want to see in their lives, because nobody is created small, and we can all achieve what God has set for us if we put in the work. So that's basically what I consistently speak on. So I share my message on my series, Today's Truth, my motivational series, on my page. You can check that out. And also, I'm a teens business coach. So I started this organization called Business Intelligent Teens Academy, Beating Academy. And basically, what I do is I remind teenagers, or I expose to these teenagers a different possibility to their lives. You don't have to end up like your parents. You don't have to be broke. You don't have to struggle financially. If you can start working on your finance on time, especially when you start on time, because we teach them so many things. We teach them about God. We teach them about character. We teach them about a lot, but we don't teach them about things that are vital, especially finance. We don't teach them about finance. And you're going to pay bills till you die. It doesn't matter what you studied. It doesn't matter. It's not about what you graduated with. You have to be able to find what will pull streams of income to you consistently till you die if you want to live at your fullest, because you will not fulfill purpose being broke. It's what it is what I have seen. So I feel finance is a huge part of everybody's life, and so we need to expose the truth of money making and all of that to teenagers now that they are young, because we always say early to bed, early to rise. So if we can make them understand the importance of money and how to make good money, especially because we live in a society today where what we see, the loud kind of expressions of money that we see is usually from the illegal people, Yahoo boys. So we have to make people understand, hey, that's not the only route that is open to you. We know the economy is hard, but there are other ways that you can bring money to yourself. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to defraud somebody. You don't have to go into anything that is contrary to your moral values to live the kind of life that you want to live. So if we can expose all the different ways, all the different possibilities, shift their minds to the right kind of financial sources to approach and all of that, they can get a better life. They can get a better pattern to create for themselves. So, and also, as Segun Manuel already said, I also do create websites, sorry, and graphics for people, and I love doing that. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's me.
All right, fantastic. These two guys were having issues with their network. I'm going to try to bring them on. Uche was here first before Mike. So Uche, if you can unmute your mic And come on, let's hear you quickly before your network takes you out again. Uche, can you hear us? Uche? Obviously, you can hear us. Not anybody's fault. Let me go to, yeah, Mike, over to you. Mike is here.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good
Thank you very
evening.
much for this privilege once
So
again. It's very, 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 very
tell us
unfortunate with the
quickly
network.
before your network goes out. Tell us quickly, what do you do, and how can people reach you quickly?
Okay. For me, I'm a media person. I work with startup entrepreneurs. I actually help to package and brand them so that they can start effectively. Most especially in the area of business card, um, flyer production, creating a profile, online profile like Facebook page, customized Facebook page, and all those stuff. So I work with startup entrepreneurs. If you're thinking of starting up something, I'm the kind of person that you need to talk to because
Can we hear Mike? Mike, are you there? Okay, so Mike's network is acting funny. Let me see if we can get Uche. Uche, can you hear us? If you can hear us, just go ahead. It seems we can hear everything behind Uche's voice, other than his voice, because we can hear the children crying and everything. Uche, can you hear us? Mike, if you can hear, your network has paused you. So where there's not much we can do. I'm going to take everybody back off and just be on. Then I will show some of the comments and questions. I hope we just guys watch and listen to some of the questions. Somebody was asking. Somebody said, "Mama Nos Ngozi, I'm waiting to hear you." The person actually came when Ngozi was done, so you missed. It says, Ngozi, your laugh is too twish. Which one is twish? Now, tush, you want to talk?
Tush.
It's a big laugh in pidgin. Oh, another person that I would have loved to be here was Sylvester. Unfortunately, somehow he missed me. But Sylvester was another person that I would have loved to be on this call. But somehow he missed me. Sorry, Sylvester. Maybe some other time you get to come. Clem is still asking, when is Ngozi speaking? Ngozi is done. Druggist Israel says, leadership Nayan we get different parts. Waiting, you go talk about the government when be what's HK now? I'm sure this person is talking to Sam. HK and police when be pick up and then they preach again. Well, as Lucky Column, I really don't understand what Israel is saying. But anyhow, miracle. Yes, so we say, wow, Miss Voke, that was powerful. Miracle, this is Mimi Victor, I guess. Miracle, this is Mimi Victor, I guess. If that is you, powerful. Good to have you here. Good evening. Good evening, all. Please, Uche, when are you coming up? Yeah, Ejo, I'm waiting for Uche. Good evening, all. Please, Uche, when are you coming up? Yeah, Ejo, I'm waiting for Uche. This network is performing wonders. But Sylvester says, long purpose in this country, internet access seems to be another major problem. So, guys, I don't want us to look at it like that. If there is a problem, what does that say to you? It's an opportunity right there. What does that say to you? It's an opportunity. Right Vikai Okezi says, can't fulfill destiny being broke. I think she was talking about Okezi broke time. Mike, we didn't hear you anymore because your network went out. Mike, so can you just wrap up in 1 minute? Because your network went out. So can you just wrap up in 1 minute? Mike, go ahead.
Okay, so there are a lot of people that want to start up. Yes, there are a lot of people that want to start up their own businesses, but they don't actually know the step to take. on how to start up. So the kind of people are the people that I'm actually looking for. When I sit with them, I ask them some few questions, and I get to know the area that they actually take them to the next level. After I create a business, I help them to create their business too and kickstart them. And surprisingly enough, I have those kind of people, a lot of them on my network right now that I'm actually working with. So like we just did recently at Worry Not. Like we did recently in Worry Not, we went to the community and gather a group of people so that the community can become productive. We want the community to be known for something. So what we did was that we gather a group of people and we teach them on business startup, and we created business tools for them to start up immediately. So currently right now we're actually starting for fun for them to start up. But guess what I did? Instead of just waiting for somebody else to bring the fund, what I did was that I deposited my 100K for 5 people because we asked them to actually pitch their business. So there are 5 of them that actually need 20,000 naira to start up. So I deposited my 100K for them to actually start their business. So I'm talking to you, I did that last 2 months ago. Currently, right now, those businesses, and I give all thanks to God. I give all thanks to God. So,
Fantastic,
like I
fantastic.
said before,
I
like I
didn't,
said
I didn't know,
before,
I didn't know about this, Mike. I didn't know that you were giving funding to start up. That's something very. I thought of that, but I didn't know how I was going to work out the modalities. I've thought of that, but good to know that someone has already started that. Even though I was still thinking about it, that you have already started it. Thank you. You used your own money. I'm going to
yes,
ask. I'm going to ask you to work with Sam. There are ways
okay,
you can make this thing public that the people that needs to know and hear that you are doing this would hear. If you didn't say it here now, I wouldn't know. I personally wouldn't have heard that you're doing. I'm sure many of the other guys who are on also would not have heard that this is what you're doing. So everybody here, I like you guys to follow each other. The fact that you're here now, it's a good connection already. Follow each other and see how you can help what the next person is doing. You can help. I like what Ngozi did. The next program she was having, everybody who was on the program we had was already on that one. And the next one Voka is having, everybody is already on that. You can connect anybody here and you guys have something going on. And for me, your net worth is dependent on your network. The people you have in your circle will determine how large your circle will be, will determine how strong your circle will be,
yes,
will determine how far your circle can reach. The people you have in your circle. Samuel was mentioning that you need quality people in your circle. You guys are people of value. At least I've seen the trace in all of you here, and that's why I brought you guys up. You guys have traces of value in you. Take that value and begin to move to the networks you want to be in. You determine that. You decide. Do you want to affect the Lagos market? You decide. Do you want to remain in the Warri market? You decide. Do you want to go abroad? Me now, abroad now, I want to go. I want to reach out to people from abroad. It's very
I
easy.
won't go abroad too.
You decide. The world has become a global village. With the phone in your hand now, with your laptop, with your internet, you can reach out to anybody. You can reach out to
Wow,
anybody with the
wow,
same Twitter that people are using to make noise for all kind of things. You can make noise with what you are doing. Focus on one thing. Don't follow other people. I might be doing
yes,
conversations
yes,
now,
yes.
and I'm doing this, and people are following. Your own might be just tweeting. I know one lady in this worry. I brought her on before. Z2. She's not good. She's not very heavy on Instagram, on Facebook, but on Twitter, she's Lord. I see she's Lord of the Rings on Twitter. She's a worry girl. Tiny Z2
Wow,
jog girl, like you know her.
wow.
She Twitter is her base. If Z2 tweets something,
My
the world is
sister.
following. Yes, the world is following.
Wow,
So
wow.
build your network, decide on what you want to do. Don't follow Segun Manuel. Don't wait for me to endorse you to do anything. You don't need my validation. You don't need my I didn't wait for anybody's validation. If I waited for people's validation, I would have moved to Lagos. I stayed in Warri because I realized that
That's
this
wonderful.
market is a virgin market. The people I need, you are the guys I need. You guys are in my network. If I go to Lagos, they don't already follow Fela Duroti, they don't follow Steve Harris, they don't follow. But here, see me, I decide the people in my network. Look at me and Zion. Anything I'm doing, you see Zion around it. You will see Omashulon Wajia around it. You will see Favor Ganegoma around it. If I'm bringing people, tagging people along, you will see Voke, you will see Ngozi, you will see Mike, you will see Andrew, you will see Sam, you will see Chinyere, who's in the comment section now. You will see the purpose doctor, wisdom counseling. He was supposed to be here, but came in very late though. That's him there. Wisdom counseling, wisdom class TV. He has a program on TV now. He's on ABN, he's on DBS. I connected him to ABN, connected him to DBS. Now he's everywhere. And his program is doing very well.
Wow.
So guys,
Wow.
decide who's in the network, decide what you want to do, decide where you want to reach. And the sky, as they say, is not the limit, is the starting point. Chukwu says, Mr. Soft, you are doing a good one. God bless you. And Chinyere says, oh, my people, Vake, love you, sis. Hi, Uche. So that's Chinyere right there. Decide what you guys are going to do. And like I said earlier, I believe in the value that all of you have, and that's why I brought you guys. So I'm going to give you 1 second each. Joseph had a hard time joining in tonight. Really hard time. We couldn't really hear him at all. He's the sixth person that's supposed to be here, but his network has been really terrible. So I'm going to give 1 minute. Let me start from Ngozi because they have been itching to hear you, Ngozi. Clem has been itching to hear you. So let me unmute. Last word.
All right.
1 minute.
Okay. All right. So, one of the major things that I do is to talk about teenagers and youth health, and I do that through different channels. I do that majorly. Actually, because of the COVID-19 and lockdown, I've not done a lot of like offline activities. I do that majorly in schools. But for now, I'm doing a lot of my energy goes online. So on Facebook, you can find me with Eze Grace Ngozi. You can find me on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on YouTube if you type this nurse Ngozi. So even on all the social media platforms, if you type this nurse Ngozi, you can find me. Yes. So another thing that I do is to help nurses with their brands, help nurses find their passion, help nurses with clarity. Okay, because the nursing market per se is also a very huge market, is also a virgin market when it comes to branding. So it's something that I'm majoring in right now. So that's most of
Fantastic,
what I do
fantastic. And
right now.
thank you for
Yeah.
coming on tonight. So I don't know.
Yeah, thank you
I
so
don't know
much,
if
sir, for having me here.
Uche is good now. His eyes are shining like he's really here. Uche, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear it now.
Finally, at the closing of the program, you finally can hear. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Finally.
Finally, it's good to be here. I have been battling with my network from here. Hello, everyone. Good evening, colleagues. Good evening to the world. Yeah,
Welcome.
like we usually say, from worry to the world. You know the story now. Okay, so I was talking about how I grew up in Warri, how growing up in Warri was like. Well, like I said earlier, I grew up in a very retarded area in Warri, and it's one of the area that has young people growing up, and they don't want to work. They just want to sit down, play merry bet, naira bet, lotto, or just sit and hang around. But then I was growing up and I had this mindset that I have to be my own self. I have to be different. There is every uniqueness that is embedded in me that I need to show my world. So, in essence, my world needs to see me. So, in working on all of that, I got faced through so many challenges. But then I just did not want my environment to define who I was. So I practically worked on myself. I practically worked on getting knowledge, because one thing I find very important is knowledge. Knowledge makes you different. Knowledge makes bring that uniqueness in you. And over the years, I have been spending my funds, my money, my time in getting knowledge as much as I can do. So that has helped me and it reshaped me away from the people around I grew up. You know, if you're so familiar with Wari, especially the Okere Azis, where you have people who dance the Okere Juju Festival, like I said earlier, and
Okay.
the
I
smoking,
thought you
the
just put my
downtown thing. If you have heard of downtown where people go and smoke and drinks. I have friends though who goes around and who goes there, and I can't just find myself there. Apart from this fact that I grew up from a Christian background, apart from the fact that if I go there, my mom is so gonna kill me when I was growing up, and if she find that. But then, growing up as a young boy, then their peers, we always want to be influenced by our peer groups. But one thing that differentiates you, it's your mindset. It's you
Fantastic.
making up your minds and
Fantastic.
choosing who you are and where you
Yeah,
want to
so
go to.
thank you, Uche. You told us all this. That now where we won't go now, and now your network on the agenda. So
I actually
everybody.
had to swap to Glow. I actually had to,
Thank you.
it was
So you see, for those of us who are condemning Glow, at least this is not Glow now work for Uche now, finally. Okay and cool. It's Glow that works for Uche.
yeah.
So, but Uche, last one so that I don't bring you back again. What do you do? People need to know what you do. I know you do a lot of graphic designing, you do branding for Pink Sky, you work for Pink Sky, and you do a whole lot. So let's just hear in one, two lines. What do you do?
Okay, basically, I am a photographer, professional photographer, yeah, and a digital marketer, trained and certified. So basically, what I do, I brand organizations, I help them do structure, and especially putting up with the fact that a lot of people, they want to sit at home and they want to wait for those many favors. So what I do is I help people understand how to save, especially working for free internship precisely one, and I help brands set up their digital platforms and help them manage it. And by the grace of God, I don't just work for Pink Sky. Now I work for both Pink Sky and other brands. I help manage their digital platforms. So you see, getting the digital knowledge actually launched me out, and I'm receiving pay from so many brands. And I always love to share my knowledge, and I always love teaching and coaching. So that was how I met you, and here we are by the grace of God. Thank you so
Fantastic,
much.
fantastic. And I said I'm excited for everyone I brought here, because I see that the future is really bright for every one of you. So the same thing for you too.
Thank you
Digital
so much.
marketing. I'm excited for Uche. I'm excited for Andrew. So let me bring Andrew on. Andrew, can you hear me? Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Final words.
Okay, go ahead. Final word.
All right. Uh, if there's one thing I really want to make known to my world is every one of us have the capacity to metamorphose. I've
Hmm.
been coaching and I coach teenagers every weekly, over 150 teenagers on a weekly basis. And so the passion to inspire, and that's another thing that drove me to the academic profession. I coach people and make them understand that no matter where they are, they can become better. And that's one of the things that drove me to start doing my a weekly podcast. And I can tell you the testimonies from my podcast are just mind blowing. That even the times I thought I could just maybe stop, I could the people that have been blessed and inspired on a weekly basis, and I can tell you it hasn't been easy. But God's grace has really been sufficient. I've been able to help people maximize their potential and help them see that they can metamorphose just like the butterfly. The butterfly metamorphose from the egg stage to the adult stage, which is also called the imago. I make people metamorphose. So That's that, and
So,
that's
so you are
basically what I do.
Mr.
Encourage,
Metamorphosis.
inspire people. Very true, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Andrew. It's already
Very
one
true,
hour. I
sir.
just want to
So,
rush now. So let's move to Sam is still.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you very
sir.
much, Mr. Segun. So this is final words. So basically, I want to say to every young person listening to me in Warri now, you see, the major thing I want to say is anybody can start doing something impactful. Anybody can start doing something wonderful. You just have to start. Because I was talking to young people of recent, and one person said that, "Oh, but I need 10 million naira to start, I beg you. If I never get 1 million, but no money, no fund." But you see, Mr. Segun, I used to share this story everywhere. I started to do social impact without any money in my pocket. When I started with a school tour. I use trek, make everybody understand. I trekked around Warri on foot, going to submit proposals. I trekked on foot without any money. After submitting proposals to 50 schools, only 4 accepted. But some people will say I failed, but I strategically positioned myself after the experience, and then people started to see. I started to post those little things I was doing. I started to just go around. I spoke for free a lot of times. I did free 1 kilos for the industry, but I just started from somewhere. No, so I imagine myself now, 5 years ago and now, the change is tremendous because I started. What if I had waited for money to do something big? What if I waited for money to do something? You see, nobody supported me, but I had to start from somewhere. So every young person listening to me, you don't need to have all the money, you don't need to have every support. You just have to start. As you advance towards purpose, right? Because it's a journey. As you advance towards your destination, people are going to come to your rescue. People are going to support you. You are going to make money, but just start from somewhere. Before you start, have clarity. So every young person must have clarity. Know what you want to start. Have a niche. Focus on that niche. Start there. As you start, have mentors. So people that will guide you. I've experienced a lot. I've gone through, I've gotten to platforms that I did not even imagine I'll be able to get to because somebody held my hands and said, "Come." So, Mr. Segun, you're one of the people I respect. You're one of the people I honor. And then you brought me here today on this platform. I'm very happy. What if I did not know how to honor people? What if I did not know how to follow great people? So people need to have clarity, start from somewhere, have mentors, have the right association, because it is teamwork that makes the dream to work.
So true.
It is teamwork that makes the dream to work. So I want to also say to young people, one last thing I want to say, focus on your focus. Focus on your focus till you become the focus. Mr. Segun, you said that thing to me one day. Focus on your focus till you become the focus. So as you pursue your own dream, people are going to now start seeing you.
True.
As you make your dream intentional first, people start to take you serious.
True.
So every young person in Warri, we did say everybody we did together. So more just a push. Success is inevitable to all of us. So God bless everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I'm going to move over quickly to Soft, Mr. Soft. Mr. Soft, can you hear me? Final words.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly. Okay, my final word is this quote. I like to start with this quote that I learned from my secondary school. Say, aspire to acquire what you desire. On the process, if you misfire, try to refire, not to retire. And when I was after school, I started working as a marketer. When I looked for a job for the course that I read actually studied physics and this computer science. But fortunately, I did not get that job, so I started doing marketing. But to cut long story short, each time I used to come back home, I used to ask myself, I was being paid 20,000 naira then. I used to ask myself, I said, how long will I work before I will save enough money? I used to stay with my parents then. Before I would save enough money to leave my parents' house. So I would save enough money to leave my parents' house. How long will I work for, with this 20,000 naira work? before I will get enough money to get married? How long will I work this person and before I get money to buy my own car?
So it's like the network has sent Mike away. Say you are talking too long. The network don't shut down. So everybody has spoken, I think, apart from Voke. Voke, can let me unmute your mic. Okay, so Voke, final words.
Okay. Before I leave, I want to leave this with everybody.
Myself
Uh,
that question.
I'm trying to mute him. Voke, go ahead.
oh, okay. All right. I want to leave this with everybody, old and young, no matter your age. I just want you to take charge of your life. Lead yourself. We live in a time and an age where everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody wants to lead other people, but we've not been able to build a habit of leading ourselves on a daily basis. Take charge of your life. There is so much outside that is willing to control you. You are living based on society. You're living based on what your parents have said. You're leading based on what you read on the book. You're leading based on what one mentor has told you. But until you completely take charge of your life, nothing is going to change. Until you're able to motivate yourself on a daily basis, tell yourself, this is the life I want to live, and I am going to lead myself to that place. In the littlest things, what are the books you need to read? Where are the places you need to go to? Who are the people you need to associate yourself with? Where do you need to be at this point in your life? What are the results? What are the milestones you need to reach? Lead yourself to that point. Until you do that, nothing is going to change. It's not about what is around you. It's not about your friends and what they are telling you. It's about what you have decided to do. So until you decide to listen to your own voice and speak right to yourself and take charge of your life and lead yourself, nothing is going to change for you. You're not going to be able to get to the place you set for yourself. Okay. And if you want to find out more about me and connect with me, you can go to my website, thevoke.com, double K, thevoke.com, or any of my social media platforms. Just search for Voke Ifepama on Instagram or on Facebook, and you will see me. I'm not hiding.
All right.
Okay. So yeah,
Fantastic,
those are my final words.
So talking about books, how many people have read this book? Who has read this book?
I have.
Voke, Sam has too.
Yeah, I've read it.
Angie, have you read this book? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FUCK.
She's muted.
If you have not read the book, go and get it and read the book. It's a good book. It will help you keep your head straight. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you, sir.
Can hear you, sir.
Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Network is bad.
Yes, the network is saying that we have stayed too long. We need to go. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
I
you.
can hear you, sir.
All right, fantastic. It's been an honor having you guys on. I truly appreciate you all for coming. Thank you for making our time to be here. And 1 hour that I spent with you guys have been an awesome 1 hour. I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next 10 years. Focus on your focus until you become the focus. Focus on your focus until you become. Don't wait for Segun Manuel to validate you. I might not even understand what you are doing. I might not validate you. But if you keep at it long enough, the world will know and they will focus on you. That said, have a wonderful night. Follow yourselves. Do all you need to do. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you guys doing big things in the future. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much,
sir. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Everyone, please follow Segun Manuel. Thank you so much, sir. You are doing wonderfully well. Follow Segun Manuel. Yes, he's the boss.
All right, guys. Have a
okay. Good night, everyone.